If you're like me and you got diagnosed with ADHD in what you consider late in your adult life, life can be kind of brutal, especially as you're trying to just figure out how to manage this whole new world pretty much. Especially in this season, it can get kind of hard. There are things that we can do, and there are things that we can do to be better for ourselves and better as ourselves. I didn't come up with these things, but I know them to be true. First things first is find some good in the chaos. And yes, things can get messy and chaotic, but there are some things that you do really well. They might even be small things. Hone in on those things, embrace them, and start celebrating those small wins because they are in fact wins. And the next thing is to stop the negative self-talk. Yes, you make mistakes. Yes, you do stuff and it doesn't even make sense sometimes, but you have to speak life into you and know that you are not your mistakes. You're actually the things that you overcome. The next thing is to get away from a-holes. Like, be around people who are kind and gracious and forgiving and loving, because a-holes aren't good for anybody's mental, let alone people who get easily overstimulated and have like higher sensory inputs as well. Like, stay away from them. And honestly, that may suck because those people may be close to you, but we got to move away from people who don't intentionally choose to be kind, because we need kindness. We want to give kindness. We need to keep that energy around us all the time. Boundaries are the single most important thing that we can learn, and knowing when to say no and when to say that we have way too much on our plate. Because sometimes all the things that we say yes to are not actually beneficial and don't actually move the needle. We're just chasing that dopamine hit, and you know what I mean. And it's super important to remember that your feelings are absolutely valid. It doesn't matter if you process them thoroughly or uniquely or differently than other people. How you feel is how you feel. And yes, you may need some help to communicate that, but how you feel is absolutely valid. Another good reminder is that you don't have to maximize every single day. So even when you're feeling productive, sometimes it's good to not try to overload what you have to do, because if there's one thing we're really bad at, it's executing and finishing things. So do what you can, take what you can, take the rest, and go on to the next day and try to knock out the things that you know are actually reasonable, instead of setting horrible expectations about what you can do in a day. Last but not least, take your butt to bed, because you need to be sleeping, period. Again, I said, go to sleep and sleep the right amounts, okay?